Let me tell you, this series was not on my radar, but I am so glad I checked it out, and you should totally do the same. Folks, let's jump into the review of the new series, Three Pines. What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the series Three Pines, which is coming to Prime Video December 2nd. There are 8 episodes, they're 60 minutes each, and this is definitely a must-watch. Now, I will be completely honest that I had never heard of this, and I believe there's a big fan following to not just the novels, but to the author Louise Penny herself. And when I did a little bit of research, I just kept seeing more and more content that I was already hooked by 2 episodes in watching this. But now I just want more because the storytelling was so good, the characters were so interesting, and then the acting was phenomenal. And you're led by Alfred Molina, who plays Chief Inspector Armand Gamache, who I feel like not only just has a bad day at work at times, but just bad weeks after weeks after weeks, because there's always something going on in the town Three Pines here, because it starts off as a murder mystery, and you think that's what the series is going to be about. And then they resolve that, and then there's another mystery, a murder mystery, and then another murder mystery, and it's just like, man, can't get enough. You know, if you love true crime murder mystery, you're going to be hooked because the drama is definitely in Three Pines here. But that's what's really is interesting about this, because it does get very dark, it gets gritty, it keeps you guessing, you constantly have to have your detective hat on. And then just again, by Alfred's performance in this, you just constantly are on a ride with him as you try to solve these murders that this character has to solve, and putting the pieces together, and you're constantly suspicious of every single character you're introduced to, and just wondering how and what their involvement is to the murder. So like, yeah, by 8 episodes in, I think you're involved in at least, I don't know, 6 murders I think this series has. It's a one after the next, after the next, after the next. So you're constantly invested. You're very much entertained. Again, the acting, the set locations is really nice as well too. And beyond that too, I think they tell familiar stories within this series, you know. And while you have like sibling or family rivalries that led to a murder because somebody inherited some money and other folks didn't feel like this person was deserving, and stuff like that, that's kind of light, but you know, you're familiar with. It does tell some heavy stories as well too, and I think there's a focus on indigenous women and their safety, and the disappearance of these women, and that seems to always be a sort of a backdrop to every single thing that you know Gamache constantly has to be reminded of this danger of what these women go through on a day-to-day basis. While you are investigating these looking for hardcore evidence and facts, there's always some things that you can't see, and he's constantly reminded about sort of just the horrific nature of being an indigenous woman in Canada. And with that, you know, that's surreal because a lot of these issues are happening in life. So, you know, the fact that they're able to kind of tell that story as well with some other stories and put it all together, it's fleshed out really well. I honestly I couldn't believe how complex some of the different elements of the stories were, but yet they seemingly all fit together very well, while at the same time, besides him just being a chief inspector, the characters are also developing as well too. So like you're going on a ride of these different murders and investigation of these murders, but you're also developing sort of the psychology and the personality of this main character. There's a lot that this does. I really enjoyed this series. I really can't wait for everybody to check it out, and I'm definitely going to watch this again, because I went into with this completely blinded, and really caught off guard and surprised, because I thought it was about the initial murder within the first 2 episodes, and then I was like, oh, we actually got more? Oh, it's another murder? Wait, are these connected? Are they connected? and there's so many different things that's kind of happening that it's a absolutely must watch. That's for sure. That's the bottom line here. Three Pines is an absolute must watch. So yeah, folks, when you do, jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about it. Let me know, what was your favorite murder story within this series, because they're all a little bit different. Some of them are much more interesting than the others. Some are just kind of brutal, some are kind of surreal, some are kind of familiar, you know, but nonetheless, they're all entertaining. This is a fantastic series. But yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts about this series, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon. Big Gold Bell.